They have a permanent Pintuck, so they look polished. They're just that sophisticated cigarette pant, that beautiful silhouette that is nice and sleek, semi-fitted, 74 round, 22 nylon, and 4% spandex. You're saving $16 today. $39.99. That is an incredible price, under $40. And then we have the two lengths, regular and petite. 27 inches on the regular, 24 inches on the petite. But the rise, I believe, is the same in both the petite and, I'll ask Bitsy, and the regular. So we're just talking about a 3 inches difference on the length here. Now, here are the colors. We have navy. Here is gardenia, which is the one I'm wearing. This is rose red, and here is the black option. So just a really sophisticated trouser, I would say. And to be able to wear these gardenia ones, which are pretty much white, they're ivory, and to feel confident that they're not sheer, they're not see-through, that's really important in a white pant.
It certainly is. And white pants, they can be, you know, a challenge for some of us. As predicted, they look amazing on you. And as you said, this is that great fabrication. When it becomes a signature, like our signature Ponte, our signature twill coming up next, that means we took the time to sort of perfect this fabrication. So specifically 74% rayon, 22% nylon, 4% spandex. Now, our signature Ponte has been around for many years after it took many years to develop. Now what we're doing is bringing you sort of new iterations. So what makes this special about this pair is we'll start with that gorgeous pin tucking. It's a permanent, almost like a stitch, if you will, a permanent pleat, not only on the front, but continued on the back. So what does that do? That elevates these. That makes them look a little bit more, to your point, like a trouser than like a Ponte woven pant. The beauty of the Classics Collection Ponte is its stretch and recovery and forgiveness. When we're talking about wearing light pants like the gardenia, we want to make sure it's not going to show our lumps and bumps. It's not going to be see-through. And as we see, it is not. In the navy, it is a great classic dark navy, a rich navy. In fact, our signature twill jacket coming up next, you'll notice all of the colors match. So if you wanted the red or the gardenia or the navy as a head to toe, what we call the blank canvas, that's what you're getting here. So we're seeing these on Morgan. I love the Hollywood waist on these. So the Hollywood waist is where it's almost like no waist. So I think it's referred to as the Hollywood waist because on camera you want to look as thin and as you know, as perfect as possible. So on a waistband, if you're wearing something light underneath, you don't necessarily want pockets. Joan was not a big fan of pockets in pants because they can be a challenge to style with. So that Hollywood waist goes right up to your natural waist. There is an elastic sort of waistband built in, but it's all sort of covered. So it doesn't look like a stretch pant or a yoga pant or anything a little bit more casual. This definitely has an elevated silhouette. I love that we're seeing here on the model there with the leg opening, not super tight, not like again, like a stretch pant, but a little bit more like that classic cigarette pant. Think Audrey Hepburn, Mary Tyler Moore, all those great little, just those little fun pants that you put on. Again, the 27 and 24 between the regular and petite, that's the only difference. So if you prefer them to be a little bit shorter or you're petite and you want them to be full length, it's all up to you. We have alpha sizes, so I would wear these in a size small in the regular length, and they would fit me lengthwise like the model there. So again, that great elastic waist, total stretch and recovery, and not a super tight fit at the bottom. I love the navy. It's like a true navy. Sometimes navy can skew a little bit off navy, if you will. This is a nice, rich, dark navy.
Yes, I love that you mentioned all of those fashion icons, the Audrey Hepburn and the Marilyn Monroe. I mean, those cigarette pants are such a moment, such a iconic fashion moment, even with like a ballet flat or something. Beautiful,
Yes.
timeless, elegant. I love everything about these pants. I love even the high waists on them. I think that they're super comfortable because I have them on right now. And of course, they just look polished because really, like a Ponte could almost feel like a jogger, right? I have some jogger
Totally.
pants that are the Ponte material. They're so comfortable. But to have this permanent Pintuck in this is really what makes it into that elegant and sophisticated trouser.
It does, and it really allows you to wear these to the office. And then again, if you're going, somewhere on vacation and you just want an alternative to jeans, these are super comfortable. So don't think Ponte, well, that means they're probably dressy, and that means they're probably uncomfortable. Too often when we think of dressier occasions, our mind tends to skew, this is going to be uncomfortable. And I think it usually starts with the feet, because if we're wearing heels, I think we all sort of imagine that everything else is going to be work as well. Not with these signature Ponte pants. They are a fabulous, again, nylon, rayon nylon spandex blend. You're going to machine wash. We recommend drying flat, but stretch and recovery. So what does that mean? That means you're not going to get elephant knees. They're not going to bag out after like denim will. Sometimes denim, I prefer my denim a little bit broken in. So after I take them out of the wash, I want them to stretch. With our Ponte, stick with your regular size. They will stretch and recover with your body and always look polished, especially with that gorgeous Pintuck.
Wonderful. Okay,
no need to iron.
So let me go through these colors. This is the rose red. Here's the gardenia, which is what I'm wearing. It's like ivory. Here's the black. Here's the navy. Now we have the two lengths. We have regular 27 inches, petite 24 inches. You're saving $16. So the clearance price on these today, $39.99. And the reason that that's incredible is because if you don't have a Q card today, you could get a $50 credit if you signed up for one, and that would cover these pants and more. So an instant credit of $50, that's a great opportunity to save even more on these. This is the ankle pants with the Pintuck, the two lengths, regular and petite, 27 regular, petite 24. A684668 is the item number. All right, coming up in just